Oh, bollocks. There's no school like the old school, and I'm the fucking headmaster. That's why he come to me. Got it?
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, mate.
Cheers, bro. Good to be here.
We've known each other for a very long time.
Long time, man.
How long? What would you say? I mean, when did I meet? When did I meet you?
I don't know, man. I must have been like 16. So that must be a long time ago,
16.
mate.
How old are you now?
38.
38. So you're 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, so 20 odd years, man.
I'm 40 now. It's crazy. 20 odd years. Yeah,
22,
Jesus.
yeah, crazy, man.
I've known you 20 years. It's a bit of a good catch up, really. I've seen you for a while. Seen you in passing now and again.
That's it, yeah. Well, I've been AWOL on for a while. Been up in Manchester and.
Yeah, no, I think we seem to like. I moved to Manchester, and then when I move out of Manchester, you move into Manchester.
Oh, right. Well, it's by design, that, mate.
Yeah, oh yeah, passing ships and all that. But yeah, welcome to the podcast. This is Take You Back podcast, the Clubbers podcast channel, and yeah, we're gonna take you right back, mate. And just what's the first memory of your obviously you've done quite a bit in the music industry up to now, in the Northwest music scene especially. I mean, what's your first like recognition of like how you got into the scene, or what's your first recognition of music? Let's cast your memory right back to them early days, as far as you can go.
Long time ago that now. When this is what makes me think. When I think back, this is what makes me feel old, man. But yeah. Teenager, knocking about on the park, Polton Park, full of life. Must have been 15 at the time, and I remember like where it all started.
Yeah, where did it
basically
start?
where it all started.
Like younger than 15.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was. I got into it quite late. So like when I was a teenager, used to listen to hip hop, like dance, trance.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff back then. It was like very coarse and stuff. It was a bit more. It was like a bit commercially, but it was like
what you heard on the radio.
Yeah. That sort of Clubland type stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just remember one day I was on Polton Park, and Nick Coulson, big shout DJ Nick Coulson out there. I remember who he was with in some Rover 200, some white Rover 200 back in the day.
Yeah.
And I heard him playing this music, and I was like, what is that? Like,
Rush Tackle.
Never heard it before. And anyway.
What was it, do you remember?
It was like a Peer CD or
something.
Right,
Yeah.
So and that was it. Like, I heard, the only way to describe it is like, as soon as I heard Donk, it just triggered something in my brain.
It's Bounce that, mate, back then. It wasn't Donk.
Bounce. Probably Scouse, isn't it? Well,
Scouse, yeah. Bounce, yeah. Scouse. And it was Hard House as well back then. It would have been Wigan Pier, yeah.
Yeah.
And trance. But yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, and that was it, mate. And then from that day forward, I heard this Wigan Pier CD. I was like, what is that? It triggered something in my brain. And from that day forward, I just turned into a proper donk monk for like the next 17 years or something. Just only listened to that. But I actually started so once I heard that, I was like, right, that's it. I stopped listening to hip hop, stopped listening to all the other commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Literally just listened to Bounce all the time. And then I remember and then the more I started listening to it, then I sort of got introduced to like the early cricketers stuff.
Yeah.
And then
what was the first one that you?
I can't remember. I can't remember what volume it was. Early volumes. But and that was it. And then I started hammering that, and that's when it sort of started for me. I was like, right, that was my goal. Then my goal is I want to get on stage. And actually, at first, I wanted to be a DJ, And I remember blagged my mum to get me some decks, proper shit decks from like Argos or something, proper belt drive Butongs. Terrible to mix on.
Sound Labs, were they? Or
no, do you know what? I don't.
Newmark, did you say?
I think they might have been Newmarks. I can't. Like as I say, we're going back so much, mate. Going back so far here, but they were awful, mate. I could hardly pull a mix off on them. Do you know what I mean?
Still can't now, can you?
Yeah. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know why it switched. I think it's because, I don't know, I think it's just because around the time we were all listening to these mixes, listening to the MCs and that, and obviously the MCs were just perceived as cooler back then. And we all know that MCs are more important than the DJs. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, and that was it. I ended up changing to MCing then. I was like, right, I'm gonna fuck this DJing off.
So who's
start
your
MCing.
Who's your first MC that you kind of like heard on the cricketers tapes that kind of picked your ear up, you know?
First MCs, it was Farrell.
Yeah.
It was Avi, Wizard,
Yeah.
Rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you were on the odd one. Yeah, it was the odd bit of layback.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they were good CDs, man.
Weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
The best.
And the weird thing is, like, it seemed like I never really heard anything else. No, like Maxime's, you know, nothing like that. Nothing that was probably quite big at the time as well. For some reason, just round the field, it was just like. It just seemed to be cricketer stuff. So that's all I really ever listened to.
Do you want me to tell you the reason why?
Probably because you and Natta and that were involved to some degree.
Yeah,
and then,
Sam White, you know,
yeah.
It's very local. It's very local.
Yeah,
you see.
yeah.
It was like, you know, Sam White. He was massive cricketer. You know.
Sam White used to do Sanctuary. Oh yeah, of course he did.
No,
yeah.
it was cricket's foreplay. So
Yeah,
foreplay
yeah,
was
yeah,
before
yeah.
Santry.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the cricketers. That was foreplay promotions, and they did for the foreplay events. That was the start of the cricketers. Then obviously Farrell took over. Farrell took his night Santry on after that.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was DJ Ricky, Stephen J. I think Andy Pendle and Sam White was the four players. But yeah, they were the originals. But so it was local for us with Sam. You know what I mean? He was quite local with us. And then obviously when me and Ben got involved and stuff, you know, it's obviously that's why you probably listen to that more. You know, we probably got introduced to that before the rest of it, really.
Well, yeah, that's it. I didn't really that was it. I didn't really hear any other stuff from that time, any other bounce or whatever. It was just literally Pier, Wigan Pier, and
Cricketers.
Crick, mate. Yeah.
And that's the only place I ever used to go,
Yeah.
mate. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So when did you go to your first event then? What was your first event that you went to?
First event. Well, talking of. Well, actually, right. So
you've got into like the
got into it about 15. Decided I wanted to be an MC like 16, so I was quite late when I started practicing or whatever. But because I looked dead young, I couldn't go clubbing until I was 18.
Right, yeah.
Because I didn't have none of that, mate. So I've been practicing MCing for a couple of years, and it was only when I turned 18 that I managed to start actually going to some events.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the first event that I went to was at DNA.
Right.
And I think it was a Club Classics event. And I can't remember who DJs were. I'm sure
Club
Andy
Classics.
Pendle
What was
yeah,
who
it was.
run
I'm
that?
sure that was the name of the night.
Right. Okay.
And there was like, I'm sure Andy Pendle was on. It was a bit like, you know, it was Italian. It was Club Classics. It was more, you know, old school stuff.
Yeah.
I think Arky was on. Obviously Farrell was on. I'm pretty sure you opted on.
Yeah, because I don't remember doing a Club's Classics night. I don't know.
Defo.
Might have been one of Farrell's nights, one of his spin-offs.
It was defo Farrell's night. I think that was my first night actually going out to like that type of
DNA as well.
event. Yeah, that sort of scene. That was my introduction to like to the scene.
Yeah.
It was pretty decent night.
Yeah, it always was in DNA. It was
man.
it was what a club, memorable that one.
I know, man. I know.
My first event was I went to Wigan Pier first event.
Did you?
When I was 16. I remember me and my mum like making a fake ID for me. It was a Lancashire University ID, which is there's no such thing as Lancashire University. It's Lancaster University, innit? But I don't think there's a Lancashire University, is there? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I've never heard of it anyway. But I remember going up to the bouncers. He was massive, this big black dude, and he was like big dreadlocks and that, like these clodhopper boots on and like trench coat, big leather trench coat down to his ankles, and he's like, "I've got any ID, mate?" I was like, showed him this ID. He was like, "What's it?" Remember me and my mum laminating it, do you know what I mean, and all that, and then
Proper.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then he was like, "What do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I do a degree in art and drama, mate." And he was like, looked at it, passed it me back, and went like that, pointed off. I was like, "Oh God, I've got to go now." You know what I mean? I can't. And he went, "No, get in the fucking queue then." Do you know what I mean? I was like, "Oh my word!" I was like, "Oh, my stomach just went, mate." I was like, and that was it. Just walked into Wigan Pier, mate, and it was. I remember Darude is on fire. That's the tune. That first track that I heard in there, and it was like, dude, is that, do you know what I mean? The roof, the
Yeah,
roof.
yeah,
And I was like, oh my word. And that was it then. I just danced all night with a load of glow sticks and never looked back since. Well, never looked back till, till that was it. That was my first introduction into like the club scene in that sense. Do you know what I mean? That was my first club. It was weird.
Yeah, that way. I mean, you can't go to a better club for your first time, can you? Really?
No.
I mean, sadly, I only ended up going Pier maybe 2-3 times.
Did you?
Yeah, before it fucking disappeared and closed down and that.
Yeah, it was a good club, mate. It was, there's some good times, some good memories in there.
Sick
I mean-
night though. So the times that I went was sick.
Is it?
Proper sick. Yeah.
What events were they? Do you remember who you went with, or what? Did
Mate,
you
I can't remember what event. I can't remember, but we got minibusses down. I ended up, you know it was.
Was that?
I don't think so, mate.
Because it was a
I
night
don't
when me
think
and
so.
Ricky Vilinsky, we came down. We did I think it was just me and Ricky actually, and about 15 girls that went down there. I don't know. I don't know if it was one of them nights. She might have come down with us, but that was later on. That was later on in my raving
Yeah,
days.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. To be honest, yeah. I mean, I don't know how good I'm going to be on this podcast. My memory's absolutely wank from that era.
Mate, this is the
It's
fun.
just
This
like
is the fun.
completely.
This is what it's all about. It's take you back, mate. You know what I mean? It's about
remind
reliving it
myself.
all. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, no, sorry, I'm going on about myself. There.
No, it's all good,
My
bro.
podcast. No, I'm only joking.
Me.
So yeah, so that was your first club. So what about? So MC, I mean, go back further than that. When did you first start writing lyrics, or have you ever been into poetry, or have you ever been into anything like that when you was younger? Did you ever write like your girlfriend like love notes and stuff like that, or like record? Because I used to do recordings, like, and we used to get the top 40 on a Sunday whenever it was.
Record it on the
And
fucking
we used to
tape thing,
record it
yeah,
on a
man.
tape thing, and then like not MC, but like say stuff to like girls that we fancied and that. Me and my cousin used to do it, and we used to be like, oh yeah, and like say stuff, and then like, do you know what I mean? They'd buzzing about it, and then like wait for a love song to come on, and then press like recording it and stuff. Did you ever do anything like that when you was younger?
I don't remember being that sad, to be honest. But
Yeah, cheeky son.
No, I didn't do that. I mean, what I did used to do though, like actually, you know what? When I was in school, always enjoyed like English lit, and I was always pretty good at the poetry side of stuff. That's so, and actually, I remember like I used to do some proper cringe stuff, mate, in school, like in music lessons and that. Like I can't even remember. No, I'm just trying to recall it. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think like at the end of the lesson, if you wanted to, you could get up and like sing a song or something.
And it was you as always.
And I used to get up and do Eminem and shit.
Did you? Well, there you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your first like performance in. Yeah. So you wanted to be a performer from a young age, then, yeah.
Well,
shows,
yeah, it must have been about. Oh God, I was at Fleetwood Eye at the time.
You went to Fleetwood Eye, did you?
Well, I went to Fleetwood Eye and then moved to Polton like year 9 and then went to Hodgson.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I must have been about 14, and that was probably it. I used to get on the mic in music lessons, spitting
at
Eminem.
Fleetwood Eye or
At Fleetwood Eye.
Did you ever do that at Polton?
No, they didn't do that there.
Why
But-
is that?
and I wouldn't have done it anyway. Like I think I'd started. Yeah, I don't know. I was still a bit young, maybe a bit impressionable. Maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
year
new
9
school
because I
and
was pretty
stuff.
cool. I think I was pretty cool in school, so I don't think it was like year 9. It can't have been. I'd have been too cool in year 9. It must have been younger.
Yeah.
I must have been like year.
That's
8
why you was
maybe.
probably cool in year 9 because of the younger. Everybody
maybe.
heard from it. Oh, this lad's coming from Fleetwood Eye that spits Eminem. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it really. Yeah. So like did like my poetry. Maybe that's where I did get a little bit of first inspo from.
What about parents? Did they ever like push you into anything when you was younger, like doing anything like kind of performance, performances or anything like that? Or
Nothing like that.
never any school plays or anything like that when you was younger?
Well, do you know what? So when I was in primary school,
Yeah.
I used to. So I used to be in the choir.
I was as well.
I was in the choir, and we used to go all over touring and doing
only because of my girlfriend.
competitions and
Because
that.
the girl I fancied was in
Oh,
was in the
yeah.
choir as well. But yeah, because I did everything she did. It was like in love.
Oh God,
I know.
young love, eh?
Yeah.
Primary school ting.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, go on anyway,
Yeah,
so-
no. So I was in the choir, primary school. Used to go about touring, and then because I was pretty good at singing back then, I always used to get a main part in the plays, and yeah, so I used to have like a solo in the plays that I was singing, and obviously, yeah, my parents were like, oh, I think I'm dead proud back then.
Yeah.
But then you get to an age where you can't really be doing that as a lad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can't really be mincing about on stage singing, can I?
Why not?
No, you know.
Of course you can.
Well, no.
Jason Donovan did it. Do you know who he is? Do you
I
remember?
don't- Jason Donovan. I mean, I know who he is.
I don't know why I came
Can't
out
say
with
I've-
Jason Donovan.
Can't
then.
say I've,
Jason Donovan, what a name
can't say
that
I've listened to
was.
much of it. I know he's got some bangers, but
Yeah? He didn't hang around with P, did he?
no
Oh.
idea.
Yeah, never mind. Right, that was a bad joke. Next one. Yeah, so you was in the choir. You did performances. Was you ever a main part? No, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did loads of main
Sorry.
parts. Yeah, like that's what I mean. I used
Who's
to.
your favourite? Who's your favourite part that you played?
Mate, you're asking me questions now.
Yeah.
I can't remember what plays we even did back then. I
Really?
just remember, because the thing is, I don't even actually remember being on stage and doing that. I remember seeing video footage of me like years later. Like that my parents or something they'd got something. Do you know what I mean? It was
Wow.
like some old VHS, and we're going back a long time.
Yeah,
here,
yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
I'm sure you used to have these old like proper like.
Yeah,
video.
yeah. Well, the
Um,
rich parents did, like the rich
Yeah.
families.
Well,
I didn't have one. We didn't have one of them.
Don't go that far.
We just
but-
had to have memories. Like, do you remember that, kids? It's like, oh yeah, well, we'd be all right if we had a camcorder like everyone else, like Daniel's mum and dad. You know what I mean? Why have I not got a camcorder?
Yeah, that's it. Camcorder. That's what
yeah,
it's called.
camcorder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember actually doing it.
That's a bit random. That's a bit random.
But I mean, I was young. I was like, I must have been like what? How old are you? 7 or something? Like,
I remember I was.
it's like 30 years ago or something. My memories.
Oh, yeah,
My memories got rid of.
30 years.
That's
yeah, wow.
crazy. My memory's just like over the years, it's just got rid of all that stuff that's like not
So I was
important.
So back to me again. Sorry, guys. Back to me. Sorry, Bugs. Yeah, so I was. I remember my part that I did in the school play. It was the end of year. We was in year 6, so we was the last year, and it was like the end. We was leaving then, and we got to do Bugsy Malone,
Did you?
and I was Bugsy Malone.
Was it?
Yeah, and that was
Nice.
pretty random. Since I was a bit of a tearaway at school. Well, they thought I was a bit of a tearaway, but it's
Undiagnosed.
it was
Back,
undiagnosed then, yeah, until a couple of years ago,
Mm.
with me. So yeah, I mean, I was Bugsy Malone. I was the main character. So that's that. It was brilliant.
Nice.
So like, I think a lot of us in like that kind of scene in the in the music industry or whatever, like performers, artists. A lot of us have that background where we were performers as kids. You know what I mean? Or we used to love doing that. It kind of like grows with you. I think
It's pretty creative, I guess. If you're always
yeah,
creative,
artist, yeah.
creative, aren't you? It's one of them.
course.
Always used to love like drawing all that stuff as well. Back
Yeah.
back in the day. Just always been pretty creative.
Yeah. Which you are now, and it shows. What's So yeah, I mean, like, what can you tell us about like the scene now? Like, so we'll go. We'll have a bit of a cap now, and then we'll go back, and then we'll recap back onto it later.
Yeah,
but
man.
just like, I mean, like, what kind of stuff are you doing now at the moment?
Well, at the minute, so just doing sops.
Yeah. Just doing sops. I mean, what are you doing for them?
Well, just
Sopranos, you're on about,
yeah,
Oh,
Sopranos, yeah. So I'm obviously resident for Sopranos at the minute.
Which is Matt Cheese and
which is cheese. To be honest,
Scott-
it's
and
cheese, Scott Hill,
Yeah.
and I don't know I don't know the ins and outs of it, but at one stage, I'm sure that there was a couple of lads from the northeast that were involved, or in some, and I think they still are in some capacity, but
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. But
Yeah.
in my mind, I just it's cheese and Scott Hill to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah. They're the face of it anyway, aren't they?
For me, yeah. Anyway, yeah, they are, and they pretty, yeah. I think they do the bulk of the promoting anyway. Do you know what I mean? So
Which they do a good job of.
how they do, yeah, they're brilliant at
Yeah.
it. But they put a lot of work in. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course,
And
mate, yeah.
thing is, yeah, they do. They're constantly pushing it. So that's what you've got to do.
I've never even been to a Sops night.
Have you not,
No,
mate?
never.
They're fucking banging.
Yeah.
They're
Busy.
always busy, always banging.
And it shows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Best
yeah.
in the business.
They're-
In the bounce and
yeah,
donk.
they're
in the donk
absolutely
scene.
up there, mate. I think I feel pretty lucky to be involved with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Not lucky, mate. You're good at what you do.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good enough to be doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
of
not blowing my own trumpeter out, but yeah, no, But yeah, no, I feel lucky to be involved with them. As I say, the nights are sick, and I mean, as far as bounce brands go, I mean, they're up there. They're probably the brand, if not, you've probably got Sops and maybe BTID. They're probably the two, in my opinion, that I think are the.
Are Sops on the same scale as that BTID though?
No, they're not.
Well,
It's just a different.
The amount of people they're getting in, like.
Yeah, it's just a different.
It's a different style.
It's
kind of like
slightly different, mate.
Yeah.
Sops,
yeah.
I feel, is a bit more. Is more underground.
Underground, yeah,
It
hardcore.
defo
like
suits me.
More hardcore kind of donk.
Yeah,
bounce.
massively. BTID, I like the numbers are still good at Sops. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, BTID they just do generally bigger arenas.
Yeah.
It's more.
It's
more commercial.
It's
a bit more
commercial,
commercial.
kind of, isn't it? Like,
it appeals to. It appeals to a wider audience who aren't proper into like the hardcore, sweaty donks and like bad boy MCs.
Bad boy MCs.
You know what I mean? So it's just a slightly different audience really. But they're the two that you want to be involved with in my opinion. Especially in northwest.
Yeah, of course. Well, it mainly is northwest, isn't it? It's a northwest. It's a northwest scene, isn't it? Really, more than anything. But yeah, right, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So what kind of what was your first event? What was your first event were you booked at?
First event, well, I'll tell you what.
When you first got on the mic. In fact, let's go back even further. When did you first start like MCing and stuff then? Like actually on a mic, like in people's houses or like doing like parties, or was it straight in the club?
No, it was at EXO.
Because you used to do it on Park a lot.
So Polton Park, used that, as I say, going back, must have been 16, started MCing, obviously around that time, knocking about on the park with all your boys and whatever. I was spitting on the park, Billy Hartfield, all them lot.
Yeah.
But then, the bulk of my time, it was like I felt like a bit of a loner, mate. I was in my bedroom, just playing on these shitty decks that I had.
Yeah.
Once I made the decision to be an MC, I just used to play vinyl on the track. I used to play vinyl on the deck, and just be spitting to it, into it, and then I'd start it again, spit to it, and learning my rhymes. And honestly, I'd be in my room for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Sometimes just spitting and just putting these vinyl on the deck. And yeah, I used to hammer it. Like back then when I was really like wanting to. I really wanted to get good quite quick with it, as you do. Once you start you develop a bit of get the bug for something. You start getting it hard, don't you?
You get the ego for it.
Started getting the ego, and then and then when I started spitting on the park, when I was like 17, after I've been doing it a year, that's when people are, you know what, you're sounding pretty good, and then I'm like, yeah, and then you know how it is, and then. Just carried on from there.
Polton's
really.
answer to Hugh Hefner was it? I think one of the.
You know the one.
One of the old old lyrics.
Playground bars.
Yes.
And I remember as well. Do you know what? Like, I heard. So when I ended up, I can't remember I don't even know whose house it was. I didn't even know them. I ended up getting arrested this night as well. And I've got this the one time I've ever been arrested. But anyway, I ended up going to must have been spitting for about a year and a half. And I thought I was the shit. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm sick. I was absolutely dog shit. Yeah, looking back now, I was terrible. Even listening to my early stuff now, I'm like, oh, that is awful.
Yeah.
But at the time, I thought I was sick. And do you know what? Maybe it wasn't as bad as I think now because times were different. And it's probably changed a bit. But anyway, some house party in Polton. No idea whose house party it was. And I remember I was with like Billy Hartfield and. Like fucking Jeff Baldwin and the people they're knocking about with. We end up tipping up to this house party, and they were playing Donk, and I was like, they're playing Bounce, and I'm like, yeah. And then I heard someone MCing, and as I say, I thought I was the best, for my up and comer. I thought, I'm the best, hands down. And it was, and that's where I met Palmer for the first time.
Oh, there you go.
That's where I met Palmer for the first time.
MC Palmer, lyrical drama.
MC Palmer, lyrical charmer. And that's where I've sort of met him for the first time, and I got humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, I thought, but I knew he was better than me.
Yeah.
He was defo better than me, and I was like, oh
the confidence was there. The fucking he was just better than me, mate. Yeah.
That's it.
And
he had a better flow than me. Yeah, and I was just like, right. And we ended up having a little back to back in this back garden. Do you know what I mean? It was proper like a little bounce battle. And I had all my fucking boys on my side, like, yeah, and it was like, it was just like some don't flop shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, like, that sort of, I don't know. Anyway, you at some stage you came into. No, actually, I'll tell you what it was. Right, I remember Billy Artfield, because I'd got into the MCing, and obviously Billy was like one of my best mates at the time.
DJing then,
he started DJing, and then we all started going to his. So I still must have been like 17, at this time. And then we always used to go around to his, and we were having a mix and that, and I was cutting my teeth to at his house, and then. It was like around this time. I'm sure that's when I first like met you somewhere. I
lived down the road from. Well, I used
at the
to
time.
live from. I was staying with my nan and granddad at the time. Yeah.
Oh shit.
On
Yeah,
Russell
yeah,
Road.
yeah.
And I think we used to go into we used to go and have a joint on at Russell
at the tram tracks.
At the tram stop. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I remember that, and that's when I first met you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was the I think it was the first time I met you.
I don't even know how I got talking to Billy. It was mad. I can't even remember, to be fair.
I can't remember either, mate.
But yeah, you used to have the decks, didn't you? It is, and
you used to have the decks. It is, and then I was buzzing because I was like, I think I'd been like stuck for a little while. I thought I was good enough to be emceeing in clubs, and I must have been maybe approaching 18 or something, because I was thinking about I'm good enough to get in these clubs or whatever. But I've been struggling because I didn't really know anybody like who was involved in that music, and I just didn't know how I was gonna break into the scene sort of thing. And as I said, because I wasn't old enough to go to these events as well, it's not like I could start tipping up there and get, what I mean? I couldn't get involved and introduce myself. And demos out, introduce myself to promoters or whatever.
That's what it used to be like, didn't it? It used to be like we used to have to make a CD or a tape, and then just go and hand it to like the promoters on the night. You know what I mean? That's how you used to kind of. It's mad how it. Now it's changed. Like it's changed massively how you kind of promote yourself in that.
You should turn up to a club and fucking pester. Like, yeah, I got the mic. Go on, honestly, I'm good. Proper mic plugging.
Yeah, it never gets you anywhere and all that.
Yeah, no, of course not.
It's all about who you know, isn't it? I think more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, as with everything, mate, it's generally about who you know, innit?
Yeah.
Which leads us nicely into the next part, which is so that's why I was buzzing when I'd sort of met you. I was like, oh yeah, nice one. Do you know what I mean? Mate, it was weird as well though, because you know how it is. Like when you listen to someone on a mix, and I get it now when I meet people, and like, oh mate, he's so he's sick or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, appreciate that, mate, and I'm just like a normal guy though. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a normal guy, humble with it. But I get it, because I remember feeling that way when I'd like put these like Farrell, you, Avi, all these types of MCs that I used to hammer. You put them on a bit of a pedestal sort of thing. So I just remember I was proper buzzing anyway when I got introduced to you. And then I don't know. It must have been at Billy's or something. We must have had a little jam together or something. And you said, "Oh, you should come. I'm emceeing at Foreplay. I think you were doing a gig at Foreplay at DNA."
Yeah.
And then you said, "Oh, you should come down. I'll get you on the mic," sort of thing. And yeah, came down. Got the opportunity. I was like dead pumped up for it. I had some of my pallies there, and I'm like, yeah. And you gave me the mic, and I just went, I just went, just MCing. No. I was just MCing non-stop
over the
vocal, making proper rookie stuff. It just all went out. Everything that I knew just went out the window. You got overwhelmed with the situation. And then Stephen J, after like 20 seconds, turned the mic off on me. And I'm like, I know. But rightly so, though. Yeah,
well, so it's me. I'm sorry, Stephen. Stephen. Well, it might have been a good thing, because then it made you, obviously, it's made you stop, look, and listen, basically.
No, it was a good thing in hindsight.
So mate. I got you on. Just come on, let's just.
Yeah, just a little. I'll have a quick little blast. And anyway, so yeah,
get down off your eye, or
yeah. So did that. That I was like, great. I was obviously dead deflated after that. Then, do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I can't believe I've just done that. Just
you've got to go
proper.
Through that.
Yeah. Proper ruin. But at the time, it was so like important to me. I was like, oh God, I've just ruined my chance. I've ruined it, and like, you know what I mean?
Life's over.
Yeah, and then after I think.
Back to the lab again.
Yeah, back to the lab. I was like, right, compose myself again. I went back to, just doing what I was doing, writing a few, writing bits or whatever, practicing. And then I think about 3 months later, I don't know if you remember this, but we ended up, I was at a party on New Year's Eve at a flat near the Oxford in South Shore.
Yes, I came.
And you came, and we were obviously had the decks on there, and it was fucking bouncing this party.
Was it Luke?
Luke Milton Bar?
Luke Barker? Yeah. That's it.
And it was bouncing, and I was sick. Like I don't say sick, but I was decent on the mic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember you saying to me like, why didn't you do that the other month at Foreplay?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I don't, as I say,
It's a confidence thing.
But the thing is, I thought I was. I was overconfident,
That's
mate.
what I'm saying.
You know,
it's a confidence thing. You've got to step back, and like once it's different in a club. Different in a club from in a bedroom or in this little studio, like, you know what I mean, or it's completely different. It's a completely different ball game. It's not like you see it. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously you know yourself, so you think, oh yeah, I mean, because it is. You might make CDs, you might make like recordings and stuff like that. And they sound absolutely unbelievable. As soon as you get into a club environment, different.
Of course.
Completely different.
It's just, it is very different, mate. And that's, do you know what? I think even in my early days, even like towards I think I'm all right now. Like I don't, live and stuff. I don't think I'm up there with your Covers, your Finches. Obviously not. I don't think I'm the worst. I'm probably somewhere around the middle. But the thing is, what carries me through is the fact that I'm pretty good lyrically. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of the content I do, so probably up there, probably up there as one of the best in terms of, lyrically. So I'm happy enough for that. But But I remember. So anyway, so it was this party, New Year's Eve, and it was bouncing, and you were there, and you were like, oh, how come you didn't do that the other month? And I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't know. And you said, and then you said, oh, I'm doing another gig in a month or two. You should come down. And it was a minute first birthday.
Oh yeah. The one.
Yeah, the one. That's the one.
The detrimental.
That's the one.
The life changer.
The life changer. The life changer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, that's it. I ended up going to a minute. Like we all jumped down. Got a minibus down. It was sick. Oh, it was sick. Like I used to get these minibuses down, 20-seaters. Absolutely. It was mental.
Turner, do you remember Turner?
What an absolute. Oh God.
Brilliant.
Oh,
just
brilliant.
Remember Turner. Just some characters, isn't he, from back in the day?
Jesus, man. Turnoid.
Go on. Anyway,
yeah. So. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that was it. So that's where I got my first. That's where I got my break. My break really was.
Was you booked on that event then?
No.
You just came
again.
in.
You just
said. Got you on, didn't I?
Just said, "Oh, just come down, and I'll give you a little blast again." Because as I say, it was still, I didn't have a name. I wasn't even getting booked. I'd fucking hell. I'd never done anything like. I'd done a club once for 20 seconds. Got the mic turned off on me. So it's like.
Choir. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, minute first birthday, mate. We all bounced like. We ended up coming there, and I was 18 obviously at this time. I hadn't been 18 long, but I could get in now. I had my ID, and that I was like, yeah, buzzing. So that's the rest is history, mate.
Yeah.
Got on the mic at a minute. You gave me a little blast. And to be honest, I ended up staying on pretty much all the night then because I feel like I did pretty well, and everyone was pretty impressed.
I'd already spoke to AD, you see, and the lads, and told them about you, because that's what I've been like. I just used to like getting people into the scene and that, and I used to spot talent, a lot of it, and I've done it for a lot of people, to be fair, and I try and give people the shot and the chance, and and it's where it's not like that nowadays. It's very cliquey. It's very, 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 very different. A lot of people, I'm very different, I think, compared to a lot of people as well. But I always wanted to help people out, and give them like a chance if I could see talent, you know what I mean. And I'm like, this guy deserves to, get seen, get heard. You know, and I can see that hunger in people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you had
yeah.
that hunger massively.
defo,
Like
yeah.
it was very very obvious, and it was very, you know, it was there, mate. And you know, you had a good following. There was people following you, you know, and it was like, right, this guy needs to be getting on, you know. I used to do that for a lot of people. I love it, and I love that, and it gives me
That's the way to be, man, isn't it?
Course
Do
it
you know
is,
what I
mate.
mean?
Course it
Like
is.
even now, like I'm the same. Like I give people the flowers, like up and comers and that.
Yeah.
Like even like not you know, obviously I'm not getting them on it gigs or whatever necessarily, but like
Yeah,
I
like
share,
it's
a
different
lot
now.
of content, mate. You know,
Yeah.
from up and cut, like yeah. If I think it's good, it's good. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
of
And
course.
I don't care if you're like an established MC or if you're an up and coming MC.
Yeah,
I'll fucking
back in the
share
day it was
do you know
different.
what I mean?
So back in the day it was different. It was all about word of mouth. Like, you know, it wasn't really like you say. You used to have your mixes. You used to have to make a demo or whatever, or you did your bedroom mixes or whatever.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't like you put stuff online. You've got 10,000 likes.
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
bang this guy on the
Yeah,
bang
yeah.
this guy
Oh,
on
it
the
was
night.
totally different. Yeah.
You know, now a lot of I've seen it a lot. You know, and a lot of these promoters. I'm not mentioning any names, but it's they go off like likes of
Course they do.
YouTube
The
and
business,
stuff.
like they're looking at it
But
from a, you know.
Looking at it from a business point of view in that sense, but for a club experience is completely different, because these guys ain't got the club experience kind of value, and they've not got the kind of goal. They've got the kind of minerals, so to speak. A lot of them. You know what I mean? You was different. You started in the club before the content. Do you know what I mean? So you had that club experience before you got the content, before you started the content. So you got the best of both. Where a lot of these new guys, don't get me wrong, absolutely unbelievable lyrically, and they've got amazing content. You know, they've got everything down, mate. Absolutely unreal. But they're going in a venue, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, this isn't the same person as what I've seen on the videos. You know, I'm not slating anybody, because they are lyrically unreal and they are good artists. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's wrong for the in a promoter's kind of sense. But yeah, it is a business. I understand that, but for that kind of club effect and that kind of, you know, they don't get the same effect. It's not.
Yeah,
it's kind of a false, like a farce, if you will. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion at the end of the day.
I know what you're saying. No, do you know what? But that happens across most genres nowadays. You look at it's like you look at these twats, these like influencers and that, getting bookings and that, and it's just like, because it's based on the following and how many eyeballs they're going to bring to stuff, or
That's what it's all about.
and
yeah,
it
it's in
is,
the club,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, and like
Numbers.
to some, yeah, and that's
Rather
definitely
than talent. You know,
rather than actual talent, and that does happen in bounds, but like in any, you know, it happens in, you know, in every genre, I imagine. But
I'm saying, like, you know, like you said before, like you thought you was the nuts when you was younger, and then you hit the club and you were like, whoa. Like a lot of these young kids and these young up and comers, like they've got big followings, and then they jump in the club. Mate, that must be even worse for them, because they're getting headline acts and stuff, you know what I mean? Or they're getting, like, you know, they're getting decent bookings, and you're thinking, and they're getting on the mic, and their ass must go.
Yeah.
Like, once they realise
mate,
that it's not the same.
I couldn't. Like, I'd be fucking like, yeah, I'd be shitting it. Like thinking back to my first experience foreplay, if I'd have been like actually booked for that night, and like, or you know, around that time anyway,
Because of
when
your
I was
content,
yeah,
and
because
you've never
of the
done a club
content, I've
before.
never, and I was a name on the flyer, and I was like, you know, quite high on the billing, I'd have been like, yeah, that'd have been horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I feel for some of these guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel for some of these guys in a sense. Like, I'm like, whoa, you know, it's different. It's different. It's a different kettle of fish nowadays, isn't it? You know.
No, of course.
But I love it. Yeah, I love it still. It's still in my heart. Like,
Yeah, man. Same.
why not?
Same.
So yeah. So what kind of are you doing any new content at the moment? What have you got in the store for us?
Well, mate, I'm bad with the content. Like, really.
You signed, aren't you? You signed to some labels. What's?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I am technically actually signed to Bouncy.
Yeah.
Or at least anything that I produce. Yeah, I work with them, and yeah, anything that obviously gets released under their name,
Label.
their label. Yeah.
Who's that? Who
then obviously,
runs Bouncy?
it's a bit more professional nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
Who runs
what I mean? It's
Bouncy then?
royalties and all that stuff.
Yeah, which it should be.
Yeah, of course it should.
Who
Yeah.
runs Bouncy then?
Bouncy is Greenie and Mikey, Mikey Davis.
Right.
I think it's just them two.
Yeah, they've done well, haven't they, on the content side?
They do well, yeah, but they're going to do well. You know, you got Greenie's like a producer. He can, he's sick producer, good at,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's the
Good
music,
all-rounder,
he's the
yeah, yeah.
music element.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got Mikey, who's like, the videographer.
Yeah.
And video, and
Marketing,
video animation,
yeah.
and the marketing as well. And I think both of them, to be honest, know the shit. When it comes to the marketing. So yeah, smashing
Good
it,
label
mate.
to
They've
be
got,
under.
they're smashing it, and it's for me. I mean, look. There's other labels like out there doing stuff. Like you've got your Bound 7 labels, I think, and like whatever. But for me, Bouncy's like it's just a bit rawer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a bit more underground still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the sort of for me as an MC. Without as I say, I just like naughty donks really.
Yeah. What other bounce ones are they like that kind of? What labels are there?
I think you've got you've got Clubbed, which is Fitzy
yeah.
Rozzy B.
Yeah.
Acceleration Digital, which
Yeah.
is maybe I think it's Kenty. I think you've got like Excite, which that's more. I think that's Northeast. I don't know. There's a few knocking about. I've probably missed a good few.
Yeah,
there,
YouTube.
mate,
It's YouTube based, aren't they? More than anything, like the video side of things.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't.
Flexed.
Like the thing is,
Flexed.
well, Flexed is. Yes, Flexed isn't necessarily a label. That's just.
I mean,
that's like the video. That was the videography side of that's what Mikey used to do.
Right. Yeah.
And they still do all the videography for like after after videos or whatever, and they film events and they do all that. But then actually Bouncy is actually a record label.
Yeah.
But.
So you're underneath them, and
Yeah, so
Have they
signed.
got anything in store for you, or?
Well, do you know what? So, like, I think, I appreciate like. They're both sound as fuck, and I've always had quite a good relationship, especially with Mikey, because obviously I did the Backyard Session, which was quite a big hit.
Oh yeah, Backyard Sessions as well. Yeah, so that's another one.
Yeah. So that was sort of. So since then, I was a bit like a bit of a poster boy for Flex TV, and
suits you,
sir.
sir.
Know what I mean? So.
Oh, what you like, you?
I think.
Not changed, have you, kid?
I think it's still. I think it's still the highest viewed one for
Poster
now.
boy.
So to be honest,
Highest viewed.
I think so. The
What have you
Backyard
got?
Session.
What's that?
I think it must be pushing 300,000 now or something.
Yeah, really.
I think so.
Nice.
I haven't checked it for a while, mate. I mean, but yeah. So anyway, so I've got a pretty good.
An hour before he came in,
Yeah.
it's like, I need to make sure these viewings.
No, it's got to be. It might not even be that, but it was defo around there.
300,000.
Which ain't bad.
pairs of knickers thrown at you on stage. Because you're the lead singer of your band.
So that I think from Mikey's perspective and Flex and that, they know that if I can do that sort of numbers, they're gonna entertain me doing stuff with them, whenever I sort of feel like doing it, and that's sort of what the arrangement is.
Right.
Because I'm proper flaky with this whole MCing thing. I'll just disappear for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I won't do shit, and then I'll get
Come
I'll
back
get
with a
bit
load
bug.
of lyrics.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you've
just,
been in your bedroom, haven't you, for 5 hours every day? That's what you've been doing.
So I just come back and say, listen, lads, I feel like I need to get something out of my system.
Yeah.
And they'll always accommodate that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Which is sound of them,
Yeah, of course.
So into like content coming, Kids on Dids, Volume 3.
Oh yeah.
That is. We're just curating the tracks at the minute.
Right.
But that's gonna be.
Who's involved with that?
So, I haven't actually fully finalised the lineup yet, but it's Jack Burry's the DJ. He's DJing.
Right, yeah.
And Jack's he knows the shit. He's from Blackpool, like he knows he knows what it's about.
Are we doing it in his kitchen? Are we?
Oh yeah, do you know what? It'd be sick doing it in his kitchen actually.
Have you
Once
seen
it's
it?
finished. Well, is it even finished yet? I don't know. He said that was always the plan. Once it was finished, then we'd do it in there. Like
it's under construction.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh mate, it's unreal. I've done all the electrical work in there.
Have you?
I've done all the lighting. Oh mate, I've done everything. Oh, all the electrical work, everything. And it's
What is it looking sick? Is it going to be sick?
It's special, mate.
Nice.
Wait till you see it. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait till you see it. I won't let too much out. But yeah, that'll be definitely a good spot for for creating some content in 100%.
The thing is, I don't know, right? So I don't know whether we're gonna, like, as much as I want to do like a live-o raw dog, like Kids on Dids, like like we used to do. The sound, the quality isn't there. Like, you know, and I feel like maybe we still might do like some teaser stuff, maybe around in it, like at Jack's Kitchen, raw dog stuff with a handheld mic. Do it, you know, go proper, you know, back to basics with it. But I think in terms of the actual, you know, recording, the actual mix, it's gonna have to be a studio mixing it with the Rode mics and that, and get it, you know, because I want it sounding.
You want these bad boys?
Whatever. What is this?
These are Shaw's, mate.
How are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what.
These are the SM7Bs. Yeah. They're the best. Man. They're the best vocal mic you can on the market. Yeah.
1 2 1 2.
Rode's just roadkill. It's all about the Shaw.
Mate, I wouldn't know, mate.
Shaw
I'm like, it's not my, you know, it's not even as an MC. It's not even. I know that Shaw's good for handhelds.
Yeah,
and
the best,
like,
best in the business. Yeah.
But I didn't know. But yeah, no. So yeah, Kids on Dids, mate. Volume 3, long time coming. Everyone's been waiting for it a long time.
So go on, who's on? Tell us.
So Jack Burry, me, Dixie, big shout Dixie.
Dixie D, go on, son.
D,
go on, Deanie.
yeah, me, Dixie. I've spoken to. Yeah, so I don't want to drop some names in case anything changes, mate, because you know how it is. Like, but anyway, Hodge was meant to be doing it.
Right.
Burnley Hodge.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously featured on one before, or a couple. Wildman.
Yeah.
Wildman. I said that weird. Wildman. Weiler. Yeah. So we like.
Pick up the Fleetwood sessions.
Yeah. Who let the cards out? So we like Wildman's like pretty good, man. Do you know what I mean? And he's defo underrated, and I feel like he's not necessarily. Yeah, he's definitely underrated, but people do rate him. Do you know what I mean? Like online and that. But yeah, I think he defo needs to be involved, really. So me, Dixie, Hodge, Wildman, and then there's and maybe one more potential, but I haven't made my mind up yet, so I won't drop that yet. But it needs to be someone decent. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully. Looking forward to getting it. I'm looking forward to getting that boxed off. We've got all the tracks are pretty much exclusive. This is why it's taken a while.
Yeah.
So we've got Greenie making tracks for it. We've got like, I've had a couple of exclusives made for it. So yeah, I think it's going to be hard to beat, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kids on Dids.
Kids
with Skids Volume 2, I used to say. Do you remember that? Kids with Skids Volume 2.
Do you know what? I missed a trick with it, right, when I brought it back. Because it was only ever meant to be... like it was only ever meant to be one mix. I remember, because I've been away from the game, from MCing for ages, when I had my nipper and that, and it was Dixie who I'm sure it was Dixie and like. Yeah, it was Dixie. Blank was like, oh, come on, yeah, let's do it. Let's bring, you know.
Because he came back for a bit, didn't he? Like doing a bits and bats, didn't he? Yeah.
And he's sitting like, I rate Dixie loads, man.
I've been MCing with him.
Oh yeah, I know. Lineker's days.
Day one, mate,
I remember you used to listen to the old Lineker's, man. That was one of the other mixes as well. But like I used to listen to back in the day, the old Lineker stuff. I was like, yeah, this is sick.
So let's just before you go on with the Kids on Dids there. Yeah. Well, let's finish up with the Kids on Dids. Yeah. So Kids on Dids Volume 3.
Yeah. Anyway,
Soon to be coming. Long time overdue. It was always meant to be a trilogy. It's the third one. It's taken like 6 years to get 3 mixes done. Yeah.
But this is it. I think it's my last mix. It's the last thing that I'm doing.
Smash it.
It's the last mix that I'm doing, mate. I'm getting to that time now where it's just like
nearly 40.
I'm trying to wind it down, and I got back involved with it, you know, in lockdown and stuff, and it blew up a bit. Yeah. But it's I think it's probably going to be the last mix that I do.
Really? Oh, fair one.
Yeah.
How old's your little one?
Little, and he's not even little anymore, mate. He's the same size as me, which ain't
really
hard, but
how old is he?
14.
14. Wow.
Crazy that.
I remember when he was a baby. Wow.
14, mate.
Yeah, crazy. Oh my word. Having some words with him then, are you?
Well, yeah, trying. No, to be honest, you know what? He's a good lad. He's always been a pretty. Yeah, you know, he doesn't need telling more than once. You know, it's one of them. It's like he knows that if I'm. Yeah, I don't really need to bollock him. You know what I mean? He knows if I say it once and I'm like, and I'm pretty. You know, he knows don't take the piss sort of thing.
Yeah, of course.
He's a good lad.
Oh, bless.
Yeah,
that's
man.
nice.
Yeah, man.
But so that's so cool. I like this. This Kids on Dids vibes. So yeah, back to Lineker's. I was actually speaking to Phil.
What's your hair?
Ellis, he actually reminded me a couple of things actually about you. When I put the promotion up a few weeks ago regarding the podcast, and then you was going on holiday, and it was just it wasn't the right time that day. We both had things going on, and we had personal things going on, so we couldn't get it done, could we, that day? But obviously we're here now. But when the promotions went up. When the posts went up, Phil messaged me and he said, "Do you not remember? Like, he used to give you one of your first events, give you one of your first bookings. Yeah. Was it not? If not your first booking, was it not?
No, it wasn't the first booking.
What was your first booking?
Was
it not Melody House Promotions?
No, my first booking was a Minity. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, and then I did.
After the first birthday.
After the first birthday, then like Race rang me the next day. Like, asked to make me wanted to make me resident. I was like, fucking get it.
I think I was still in Rottenstall. Something.
Yeah,
probably with Gemma Navin with Emma Tate and Gemma Navin and that. But I think I was actually partying at theirs.
Mad, mate, mad round those ways. I'd have been somewhere, mate. As I say, we got all the minibus down. I'd have been at an after somewhere until silly o'clock. But anyway, next day or something.
So that was your first booking.
Well, so Race belled me whatever next day or within a couple of days, and was like, I wondered if you wanted to be resident, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I think my first booked event was the following one, which I think was a Minity V4 play.
Yeah. Blue Flyer.
I think so, mate. And that was a banging night. But then it all happened really quick for me, right? So, like, I got made resident at a Minity. Like, it was like the second time I jumped on a mic. I was like, it all went really quick for me. I got on at a Minity, got made resident within, a couple of days. Because Arky was on the first birthday, he was running Adrenaline at the time. He just started Adrenaline, and then I ended up being made resident for Adrenaline, like literally very soon after as well. And then it was MHP as well, Melody House. So it was those three.
Because Arky used to do the MHP nights with us.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, no, I remember back in the day he used to do the MHP, but I remember Arky being on that. But the ones that I did at Arky, I don't think maybe you did do the odd.
So did I get you involved with that as well? I think maybe.
I don't know. I don't know who it was. I don't know how I got into that.
Did I not get you on it? Was it not a DNA?
No,
it was. I'm sure it was. And Phil was there. Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember because I ended up doing Devotion at DNA, and that's Robbie and Butty. Shout,
which I was resident of as well.
Yeah.
Shout, Robbie, Mumra. Go on, big Mumra.
DJ Butty.
Go on, Butts.
Go
what
on,
you saying?
Butty lad.
Yes. God, there's a few bits I need to go in with you on this. Sorry, it's not. We're not going to be all night, but there's a few bits I need to speak to you about on this one. Yeah. God, so did Devotion, Beat. Did you do Beat? Or was it DNA? No,
it wasn't B. It wasn't B. DNA. It was DNA. Most of the stuff that I did around that period was at DNA. Like, it was Devotion at DNA. But I didn't do many devotions because we'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, MHP. MHP, Adrenaline, Amenity, Residencies. Yeah. Did them for a little while. Obviously, I did Amenity the longest. I was just getting booked quite a lot. Doing loads of other bits in between, as I say, like Devotion, Fluids, whatever. I was busy, mate. I was busy for so it must have been like 2006, 2007, so and I was busy, for like 3 or 4 years, up until maybe 2010, because my little lad came shortly after that. I was busy, mate. For 4 years solid, I was like booked pretty much every weekend, driving all over, sleeping in my car. Doing, loads of debauchery, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like partying, it was just a mess, mate.
So I welcomed you to, I introduced you to the world of...
you ruined my life, basically, ruined me for 4 years, man.
Yeah. Well, I do try and help these people come into the industry. I'm not Black P. Diddy or anything,
Yeah, he only touched me twice.
Oh! Was it when you was in the graveyard? Or when go on then. What's your devotion story? What was that?
Yeah, well, I took the piss, mate. I took the piss because I was an absolute wreckhead around that time in my life.
Egoed out your head.
No, not even ego. It wasn't even ego. It was maybe a little bit, but I was just because I'd not because I had to wait till I was 18 to go out partying. I'd never even gone like syndicate route. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I'd never gone clubbing or partying or anything like until I was 18. So when I started doing these gigs, I was like, I wasn't being professional because I was going there to have a good time.
Yeah, because you're not
getting fucked up and like. So
meeting the
you listen back
girls
to our
and doing this.
So I wasn't. And then the MCing was something that I did whilst I was there. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like. It wasn't the right attitude. I didn't take it seriously. It wasn't the right attitude. I listened back to half the mixes around that time, and half the time I was good, half the time I was way too messy and sounded awful. And
mate, don't tell me about that.
About that.
I was always in a bad state.
Mate, it's part and parcel of it. To something like that, but you know, obviously nowadays I'm probably a lot more professional with it, and I approach it different. But yeah, so anyway, got booked. I think I might have done 1 or 2 devotions, and then I think I got booked again. And and I just didn't show up basically, and the reason I didn't show up is because it was addiction under 18s in Thornton.
Right.
Do you remember when we were doing those under 18s? And then you did. I think you did one as well. The Pandemonium it was called.
Right. So I ran the an under and over.
Yeah. Oh, that was
the only.
Oh, mate, that was a mess. That because I remember
the only ever under and over 18s rave I've ever known about,
mate.
I've ever seen, or ever kind of. Well, I ran it. Yeah, I was promoting that event, and it was.
Well, mate, it was absolutely rampant. It was packed.
It was pandemonium. That's what it was. It went for the name.
It was packed.
It was.
But the thing is, loads of parents were turning up, picking up these kids, and they were fucking smashed because obviously they were like, oh yeah, you know, obviously adults were there, like, we get us a drink. And but it was absolutely bouncing, like it was bouncing, but at the same time, it was just like, what, like
I've never seen so many like
what a recipe for disaster it was, bro. Just having like,
but it was amazing.
Oh no, it was good. It was good, mate. Don't get me wrong.
I put a Minity on. Did I put a Minity on?
Yeah, we're doing a Minity set.
I did a Minity. Did I put a Minity? What did I put on? Wire bounce. A Minity.
Yeah.
I've got this flyer somewhere.
Yeah. I definitely remember doing the Minity set.
Was it Dance Attack? I think I did Dance Attack.
Maybe.
A Minity. Wire bounce and the like Pandemonium, and it was absolute.
Oh no, it was great.
Pandemonium.
It was great. It was a good do. But
I've seen so many like juveniles absolutely gurning the backs out, mate. I'm like, it's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, in hindsight, it was.
We did all right on the door. We did all right with the take-ins, so it was. You know, I think we got about 600 people in that night. 600, 700 people.
Crazy.
In a social club.
Crazy. It was. I just. Yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, I was enjoying myself so much at these under 18s. Like I was loving it. I know it sounds a bit rapey, actually, doesn't it? But yeah, whatever. I was having such a good time, and obviously was ripping these sets, and like obviously loads, you're with all your mates, sort of thing, and
half your mates were still under 18.
Well, I was young, young obviously at that time-ish, but. Anyway, so I just didn't end up going devotion. I stayed in Thornton. I stayed at Thornton Social and fucked.
What my event? What?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Pandemonium or it might have been Addiction. I think it was Pandemonium because I'm sure it was the Amenity set, and I wanted to stay because Race and Odge were there, and Martin, and I wanted to stay because like it was like Amenity, you know. Yeah. And anyway, I just bailed, mate. I bailed on devotion, and that was it. Like Robbie just didn't take no shit. Just never got a book in the air. That was it, and rightly so. I'd have done the same. But that was it. Yeah. So I tried to blag him. He obviously
it's coming out now.
He fucking knew. He'd seen all the fucking videos and that of like this fucking crazy fucking thing going on at some social club. So he'd seen all the videos. He knew exactly where I was. And then I just tried to blag it like, oh yeah, I can't remember exactly what I said.
I think I remember something like this. I think I remember something like this. What was it? Yeah, you said you were Pauly or something.
I can't remember
something like this because we was both. I think we were always trying to work it out. Right? I was like, yeah, you need to say this. Or do you remember?
Yeah, I can't remember that, man. I just remember coming up with some stupid.
Wow.
I was proper messy, and then I was like, I came up with some stupid reason, like an apprentice, like, and then to go in and give a proper stupid reason, and he was like, all right, yeah, like, and he knew all along, and he didn't even pull me up on it, and he just didn't even, that was it, never got a booking again for it. Sorry, Robbie, I'm butty.
Do you remember their record shop what they had just off Cookson Street? They had a little record shop there.
I don't
Do you
remember,
remember that?
mate. I don't remember that, man.
Yeah, Robbie opened a little record shop. It might have been Devotion Records or something. I can't remember what it was called. It was I cannot remember for the life of me. It might have been Devotion Records, something like that. But then I remember. So you started. You got into the kind of. So you had. I think you had your lad, and then you started getting into the promotion side of things. Then didn't you? So you started with the Deja Vu events.
Yeah, mate, they were good events as well.
Where was the first one of them?
Peppermint
Lounge.
Yeah. On a Thursday night, and the numbers were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then then the guy was like, then we got a weekend, and then it progressed from there.
Deja Vu.
Yeah, Deja Vu. Well, actually, do you know what? I don't even know. Right, so I wasn't even. I was doing the Deja Vu at the same time. This is what I mean. It all happened at once. So, like, it was a Minute E, MHP, Adrenaline.
Yeah.
I was doing obviously all the bookings, whatever, Devotion, all the bits and bobs. Then I started doing, like, after maybe 6 months doing those those residencies or whatever. I'm pretty sure then I started. It wasn't long after, mate, that I started doing my own stuff and putting on my own, like, under 18s and whatever, and getting involved in that side of stuff. Maybe it was like, maybe it was a year or two after, I don't know, but it was defo before my
it was
lad.
A little bit after, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was defo before my lad though, because I completely stopped all that.
Did you,
Didn't do. Completely just removed myself from bounce completely. But yeah, so yeah, it was all, as I say, it was all popping off, mate. Within those 4 years, mate, from up until that 2010.
Your life,
oh, mate, it was all popping off, mate. I was doing loads, and as I say, I was busy. I was a busy man.
So yeah, you had a record shop, didn't you? In Fleetwood?
I had a record shop and all, man. Oh god.
So that's what got me onto that. Then it was like Deja Vu Records. What happened to that? How long did that last?
Fucking not long, mate. 6 months or something.
Was it that long?
Yeah, mate. Well, do you know what? Like, lesson learned. Didn't do my industry research. And it was just around the time where CDJ, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I never really intended. It wasn't like I intended to make buttloads of dough from it. Like, it was never that for me.
What was it?
I just wanted to. I don't know.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, it's like you want a record shop.
Yeah,
you've got the brand.
Yeah.
You've got the voice. You've got the brand.
Well, yeah, maybe it was a bit of ego. Yeah, but I mean, sorry. I mean, it wasn't necessarily about the money for me. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a bit of ego, but
yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's like that's kind of like the way you see your peers. You know what I mean? Like Farrell, he had his Easy Records. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's
Records,
what it was.
And then Robbie and that, they had their records. You know what I mean? And these little record shops, or whatever, were popping up everywhere. You wanted to be part and parcel of it. If you didn't, you was kind of like, you wasn't kind of part of the scene in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like you want to get there with the big boys at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which you was doing all right with your Deja Vu events and stuff. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. The record shop was in hindsight, it was a daft thing to do because it was around the time that CDJs were coming in, and everything was going digital. Everything was going digital, and people were burning CDs then in a big way. And obviously, of course, there's always going to be people wanting vinyls and that, and using 1210s or whatever, but. Yeah, as I say, I didn't do my research on the industry and what was happening necessarily, and then about a few months in, it was
a big move, like for every. It was a very, very fast the digital takeover was very, very fast, and it's okay. We heard about it. It was here and there, but like when it came in and MP3s came in, and it was just like boom, there you go. Everyone just went CDJ crazy.
Of course.
That was it. It was game over, mate, for vinyls.
It was absolutely just.
It happened within 6 months, in that sense, you know what I mean? It was like, right, boom, CDJ's what? And it was just like, within 6 months to 12 months, it was just took over completely. Yeah. It was madness.
And that's it. That's basically what happened. It just fucked everything up. That fucked everything up. Didn't anticipate that happening, and I should have, because I was involved. It's not like I wasn't involved in music. It was just proper short-sighted. Lesson learnt, as I say. Do your research before you start any business.
And then that was that. Then so then you got into. So obviously you got. That was then you've obviously had your boy then, and then that's. And then
well, yeah. So we're doing I was still doing the gigs, doing the Deja Vus. They were great. Earned some, did well with those. And yeah, I was still, as I say, I was still busy. I was still doing bookings pretty much every weekend. But then, yeah, maybe 2010 is when ended up getting the baby mama up the duff.
Yeah.
And it just, I had to. It came. Yeah, it came at the right time though. The thing is, it came at it wasn't obviously expected. And obviously the girl, his mum, I hadn't been with her long at all, you know, and it was like 3 months or something I've been with her. And then, yeah, she got pregnant, and I was like, right, okay. Got to sort of deal with it.
Yeah.
And she'd had, I think, if I remember, and I don't think she'll mind me saying, but I think members of her family had struggled to conceive and stuff like that, so it's a bit of a slap in the face, you know.
Yeah.
Terminating a pregnancy. So I got that, and it was like, right, and then, yeah, I had to man up, I guess, step up, and I was still pretty young. I must have been, what, 20, 22?
Yeah, you was young, yeah.
21,
yeah.
22,
Remember,
22.
Young
And I was just like, right, you know, it is what it is, sort of thing. So, but, yeah, as I say, it came at the right time, because at that time, I don't know if you remember where I was living, but I was living at Sam Christie's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? And it was just
chaos.
Just chaos, wasn't it? And
Chaos.
you know exactly what I mean. It was just chaos.
Good times.
Oh yeah, amazing, but
chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like, right, I really need to sort my shit out.
I remember now. Yeah. I remember. I was thinking about that today actually.
Yeah.
So, what about like promoting? So promoting side, you kind of came off the scene, didn't you, for a while, and then
long time, yeah.
Then all I can remember was some black and white. It all became black and white for you, I think, and it became black and white, and it had udders.
Oh shit!
And it had hay bales, and it had marquees, and it had a big stage.
Jesus.
And it had. I remember having T-shirts. Keith Butcher, woo! Shout to Keith. Made with the Moo Project.
Yeah. That was it. The Moo Project.
So the Moo Project came about.
Did.
What year was that? Right. Sorry, Ryan. Your name is not Bugsy. He has got a name, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
That was 2013.
2013.
Yeah. So my kid had been born. He was a couple of years old.
Needed to sink your teeth into something, didn't you?
Mate, I just needed a bit of a. I just needed to earn some till, mate. That was what it was.
Was it?
Yeah, and I needed.
The music, the passion was.
Yeah, I did want to get. Yeah, that was it.
But how do you do it in a kind of respectable way, in a sense as well?
Yeah. The thing is, what I saw was there was a bit of a gap in the market around Blackpool, because no one had ever done like a proper outdoor festival type event before. Like, no one. Oh mate, I got some weird shit to tell you about that as well.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I saw a bit. I was like, right. Oh, do you know what? That would fucking work. And I had a proper gut feeling. Like, do you know when you just get this? Like, I've had it a few times, and when I've had an idea, and you feel so strongly about it, and you're like, that'll work. It'll sell out. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna do it. And it was crazy, mate. I did it on my own. I had no one helping me. I had to go through all the process with the council, creating all the operating schedule, all the meetings, all the control. It was. Do you know what? It was a lot to take on my own. And at the same time, though, I was working full time. Obviously, I had a 2-year-old at home, and I was at uni. Do you know what I mean? So I was busy, mate. I
kept saying, do you want me? I'll help you out. I'll help you out. You was just kind of like. You was doing your own thing, like you was alone. You know what I mean. You was edge set on it, and it's just like, whoa, right, okay, fair enough, crack on.
I think I didn't want to. I think I just wanted to be a little bit greedy, and I was like, I don't really want to share any
of the pie.
Yeah.
But I'm more. I want to help you, like help you get into the industry. I want to help you. I'm more about the help. I wasn't even asked. I'm not bothered about the money. I've always earned decent money because I'm an electrician anyway. You know. It's not been about that for me. It was the love of the music, the love of the industry for me.
And in hindsight, that was like, I maybe should have accepted a bit of help. It was a bit. I don't know why it was. As I say, I don't know why. I was just very like, I was very just like, I just didn't need any out. I just wanted to do my own thing, deliver it on my own, prove to.
Well, you was a man. You was a father. Now you know what I mean. You was like, that was it. You was, you needed something to do in that sense. Yeah, I get it.
And it went
really,
well. Yeah,
really
sold
well.
out.
It was
Do
really,
you know what I
really
mean?
good, yeah.
And
Really
it's a
good.
shame about the weather, mate, because I think the weather affected the numbers a bit because it was a bit shit. The weather, but do you know what? It sold out. It did well.
Yeah.
The thing is, with that, it was never about making money. So the ticket prices were so low, so I didn't have loads of dough to put into production.
Yeah.
So it had it had what you need. It had a decent sized stage. It had.
I think you realise once you get into the nitty gritties of it. It's you have a budget.
Yeah.
On a festival type event like that, and then you kind of you see your profit margin kind of dwindle away when you start realising, right, I need to put this in place, and the council are like, right, you need to put this into place, that into place, and fencing.
Oh mate,
for instance,
I had to put
stuff like that.
I had to put 500 metre of fencing round it to control it. I'm like
things
hell,
like that.
how much that cost?
Obviously, the toilets that's in there, but like fencing, you don't even think. It's just random stupid things like stewards in different places, and obviously how much St John's ambulance how much are they to have on there?
Yeah, I can't
things
remember.
like that.
It is security, everything. Yeah, everything is.
And it all comes, and then last minute T-shirts getting made. I remember going and getting a few off Keith, stuff like that, like promotion on that side. And then it dwindles away, doesn't it? And you realise at the end, was it actually worth it? But it was actually worth it, I'd say.
I think it was. It still was. Yeah, it still was for me. I still pulled it off. It was pulled it off, and everyone was happy with it. Council was happy. It was a good thing. Everyone was wearing black and white onesies and dressed as cows in the middle of a farmer's field, mate. It was pretty sick. Obviously, ripped off the zoo project, but we'll get onto that as well. Anyway, we'll get onto them.
So what about the Move 2? Any chance of the Move 2 happening anytime soon?
Do you know what? Nah, man. It's just if I were gonna do it, it's
You'd
a
ask
lot.
Me this time
I'd definitely. The thing is, even back then, I wanted to do more because it was successful. I wanted to build on it.
Yeah.
But because it was so much work, the build up to it, took 3 months. I was working on it for 3, 4, 5 months, just planning it, logistics, all that.
Look at Drake and Joe. Do you know what I mean? They and some of the other big names in it's a constant thing all year round. They're planning events for next. You know what I mean? They're already planning now for next year or the year after. You know what I mean? It's that kind of.
It is.
You've got
to be. It's a job. It's pretty much a full-time job in itself.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So. I had to, at that time, I had to drop something. As I say, I was doing uni. I was in my last year at uni. I was working full-time. I was juggling so much shit, and it was like, right, do you know what? I've done it. It's been successful. As much as I'd like to do another, I can't, I physically can't do it. I need to drop something. I don't have the mental capacity all the time to be doing that. But I have always toyed with doing something similar again, but outdoor type thing maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We've had a chat. Yeah,
we spoke just before summer, didn't we?
So watch this space sort of thing.
Yeah, we did speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've absolutely slipped my mind. It was my idea. I rang you, didn't I? I was like, "What do you think of this?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh my word, yes, that sounds fantastic. Let's do it." But yeah. We can get something on the. We can get something on the scale of peer on the peer kind of scale.
Yeah,
definitely. 100%.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, mate.
Because we are Blackpool, aren't we? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I think we can pull some numbers in. I reckon.
Oh, mate. I reckon. Definitely.
If we really hit it hard, I reckon.
If we have people behind us and a few promoters behind us, and nobody's kind of behind closed doors, trying to ruin, sabotage things or getting jealous. Because we just want to, we will welcome the promoters to us. We know everybody round in the area, We know all, we know people that have got land. We know, we're quite established in that sense around this area. So we know we can pull stuff. And if promoters want to get involved with us and be part of it with us rather than against us, well, we welcome it. We're not about the money. We're about the love of the music. We're about getting everybody together again. And having one last blast, before we're too old, really.
Man. And also, I'm about the money as well, so.
Yeah. So them early birds, right? Just make sure.
Give me money.
Yeah. So do you know what I mean? Don't you?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
I mean, I've done a few events over the years, which have always been successful. There was one that wasn't, which I put pirate copy on at Domain.
I remember it.
And it was...
I remember you promoting it anyway.
It's crazy, like...
Big name as well.
Big name.
Big name.
Big name.
Mm.
You know, Lee's a good guy, Lee. And at the time, I don't think Jake was with them then at the time, and it was Jason as well. Jason came and DJ'd for Lee because he was, I think he was in a beefer maybe. So he came and did stuff for Jason Hurd.
I mean, I don't know him like personally. You know, I
Oh,
don't know who's involved in it. I just know that I've heard of
very
Pirate
nice
Copy,
guys, very nice guys, and very established in the industry of, you know, tech house music, trance, you know, all the old stuff, Sankeys, etc. And you know, I put these guys on in Blackpool, and it was too soon. It was too soon for Blackpool because Blackpool kind of are very sheepish. They follow the little crowds what they want to follow in a sense, and you know, I think I tried because I was doing some bookings for them. I was running some bookings at the time for Pirate Copy as well. Well, just after my event was just after that, but it was for the, you know, and I couldn't. It was hard. It was hard work because it wasn't. Because I was Manchester based and I did everything in Manchester, and then I come to Blackpool and I'm thinking it's going to be the same crowd, you know what I mean? And people know the music.
It's different.
Not the case.
Different.
Not the case. It was completely different. So then the tech house and like kind of deep house kind of scene progressed from Club 137 to like the bigger mainstream clubs like Domain or whatever, you know, and Trilogy and things like that. A couple of years later, you know what I mean? So I kind of did everything right, you know.
Just wrong time.
Everything was right. It was too early. It was too early for Blackpool, and it was a shame, you know. And it was a shame. I broke even or whatever, you know what I mean? It was one of them things, but it was just not as busy as we thought it was going to be. It was a bit gutting, really. But like I did another event last year in Blackpool at Flamingos. I did a psytrance event because I went to a psytrance event for the first time. I think it was about 6 months before, and it changed my life. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing! It was all like psychedelic UV everywhere. It was crazy. All these mad people. Like it was like everybody's dead friendly. It was like cool. It was like psy chicks, mate. It was like you know, little like kind of
like hippie vibes or something, like sort of.
It was like mate. It was psychedelic trance, mate.
Okay,
and it was like there was like little elves, like little girl elves walking about and that, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Zelda, come here. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I was fucking Zelda.
So now I'm Xena Warrior Princess.
No,
man.
yeah, Xena, yeah. So you know, I think it's just the pointy ears that does it for me.
Yeah. Got to think for
You know
elves.
what I mean? But so it was just unreal, mate. It blew my mind. Like, and so I wanted to show Blackpool what it was about because they'd never had a.
Surely were they ready for what was it?
They'd never had a psytrance event here in
Did
life.
it go well?
It went all right.
Did it?
It went. I did all right.
So I mean, I didn't. Like, I thought you were gonna say then it was like a bit too soon again.
It wasn't the best.
Because I don't.
It wasn't the best as in like the production. It was. I wanted it to be exactly the same as what I seen in Manchester when I went to Manchester and I went to the event, and it was half there. You know what I mean? It's not my fault. Obviously, I trusted the guys to dress the club. It wasn't. The club was too big.
Yeah.
In the end, you know what I mean? It was massive. Obviously, it's Flamingos. It's it's the biggest club in Blackpool, isn't it? So, you know what I mean? The capacity size, and it was like, it still did well.
Yeah.
It did all right. You know, I ended up leaving a bit early because one of my friends was in crisis, which I needed to go and be with her because it was, you know, it was one of them things. So I left my own event. I was sat on the door, taking the money off people, so I didn't even see my event.
Yeah.
I seen it for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and people might give me shit and say, you know, oh yeah, you left your own event, this, that, and the other. You did this, you didn't that. You left everybody in. It's like, no, I didn't. I left people in capable hands, my friends that were there, capable hands, you know, to organise for everybody's adults. DJs know what time they're on, you know, this, that, and the other. There didn't need to be any big fuss. I was dealing with a situation that I needed to deal with, you know, and I just needed to say it out, you know, on this now as was, because I got a load of shit for it, really. Yeah, off a few people, and it was like, deal with it, man. You're adults. What's your problem? Like, I left my own event early, but I had to, you know.
Well, shit happens sometimes.
Shit
doesn't it?
happens.
As long as everything's in place, like, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, I made a load of
Like,
dough and fucked off.
yeah.
It's all right, you know what I mean? But I didn't even see my own event that I'd spent fucking months
Yeah.
months preparing. You know what I mean? And it was, I got a good few people in, mate, for what we did. You know, and I made some decent money. But you know, it's one of them things. That's my last event that I've done. I don't want to do anything like that again. Like bringing something new to the town, which I think's amazing because I've just had an epiphany.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, not
Mate,
do that again, Paul. But it was brilliant. You know?
I just don't think. Like I've said to you when I spoke.
Too risky.
I don't, mate. I'm just like the club thing, putting on, being a club promoter, doing events in like a club. I just can't be arsed with it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to be stomping around in a club till 4 or 5 in a fucking
You've
morning.
got to be the face of
like,
it.
do you
It's
know
heavy.
what I mean?
It's a heavy job, mate.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not
it's a
for
heavy
me now.
job. No, it's not. We've done it. We've done it. Like we've done it younger, and you know, it's I get it for people that own clubs, own bars, or whatever. You know what I mean? They've got to do that kind of thing. But it's not. It's painful.
Yeah.
Like it's just for me. It's very how can I say it? Influencing in a sense where it would be detrimental to my health because of my kind of how can I say it? Partying nature,
addictive tendencies.
partying nature. I was gonna say, you know, and it's like kind of. That in that sense, this is nice for me. The podcast, do a bit of MCing, do a bit of DJing, you know, in the bedroom, in the studio.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Not going out smashing it anymore because it's too much for me. I end up. I can't just go out for one night, mate. I end up going out for fucking 7. You know what I mean? And it ruins things. It puts me back a month.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? With my work, this, that, and the other, obviously. What are you doing for work anyway, Ryan?
Work. So project manager.
Project managing.
So like creative project manager, digital project manager.
All
So I
right.
work with like design teams and coordinate like developers.
Nice.
Deliver projects, mate. Like apps, websites, any sort of creative campaigns, marketing.
I need an app building.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
wanna
you'd be-
give you
you
the
won't-
idea,
Yeah,
though.
no, don't tell me. I'll rob it.
Yeah, I know you will.
No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't be able to. Mate, it's expensive, mate. Like the places I work at, that built, paying like
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 bags
Oh,
for
yeah, I know
some
that.
stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So there's ways. I'll put you on to people if you want to get it done
100%.
cheap. Do you know what I mean?
No, I just need to get it done. Like,
yeah.
I need funders, I need everything.
Oh right, okay,
I need
yeah.
everything there, but all the business plan and everything's there. Yeah, it's a good app.
Yeah.
I've approached a couple of people, but there's just never progressed, and I think it's due to probably me telling them. To be fair, because I know them,
Yeah.
and it's like one of Paul's ideas again.
Mm.
But listen, £100 million idea, mate.
You reckon?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Still there. Still no one's done it.
You need to be making sure people are signing like NDAs and that. And
Oh,
not, like,
don't
you
you
know
worry,
what
mate.
I
I've
mean?
got I own all the .coms, the .uks for the name, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Protect your property and that, and your IP.
No, believe.
Intellectual property. You know the drill, lad.
Oh yeah. So you can help me out on that. But yeah,
I'll be a little bit, man. Sure.
what else do we need to say then? It's been nice. It's been nice having you here, mate.
Yeah, man. It's been a
But
pleasure.
yeah, is there anything you want to speak about? I mean, actually, up and comers. Like what new talent? New talent. Tell me about some new talent that you've got like your eye on. If you've got your eye on anybody that you think might be, coming up.
Do you know what? Right, I fucking hate I hate them type of questions because there's so many. I genuinely think there's so many good spitters in bounce. I think when you look at other genres of music and you look at the talent that they've got, and it's like maybe they've got a little bit of talent, but I feel like in bounce, there's
that many?
There's a lot of really good MCs,
Why
lyrical
do you think that
MCs. I honestly don't know, but I don't know, but I do think there's a lot of good, quite lyrically good MCs in bounce. Weirdly,
I think. Do you know why I think that is?
go on.
Because it's a very, very easy genre. To adapt to. It's a slow tempo compared to drum and bass, or fast tempo compared to drum and bass, whichever way you want to take it. Like drum and bass or garage or things like that. It's a very intricate kind of genre in a sense with the way it's built. The way the harmony is, the way the melodies go, the way the bass line is a different kettle of fish. Where bounce it's kind of that just that bam, womp, 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 and it's kind of like, you know, and then it's got your bass line behind it. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what was that then.
That was a riff, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Was
Right,
it?
if any of you, right, that's
You know,
yeah,
apparently
that's
went to
copyrighted.
apparently went to uni, did music or something.
That's copyrighted now. That right? Yes, don't be using that one.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's kind of like in that sense. I think it's quite easy to get into on that in that sense. I think maybe.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right, but
Or it's just an up and coming kind of. It's a vibe at the moment. Like this, everyone's.
I think a lot of these. The thing is, I think a lot of the up. Like, I think a lot of people. Like, I don't just spit to like bounce, even though I don't. I'll spit to anything. Like if he's got a naughty beat, like garage, like anything 140 stuff. Drum and bass, not some like a little bit. But the thing is, a lot of all my material. Obviously, it doesn't work to the 160 beat. It doesn't work to drum and bass, like 160, whatever it is, 165. What fuck knows? Like hardcore, it wouldn't. It's the same sort of tempo as hardcore. It wouldn't, and I can't. It wouldn't work with hardcore. So, but there's some
half
stuff.
Step it though. You half step.
Yeah,
it,
but all the rhymes that I wrote, I can't half step. I can't do that on the fly. Do you know what I mean? Half step my rhymes on the fly. That's the thing.
I've wrote stuff for hip hop, but try and do it to bounce. And it's like I can't. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You've got to write specifically to genre. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like, you can
just write
freestyle a
poetry,
bit. Like I could freestyle a bit to drum and bass.
Yeah.
But there'd be no substance to the bars. They wouldn't be bars. They'd be like quite lightweight.
Yeah.
Shit, and it'd just be shit.
Like mine. Like stuff I do.
Oh, mate, you're doing yourself a disservice, lad. No, but yeah. So
I'll show you some of the drum and bass stuff in a minute.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So up and comers, mate. Coming back to the question, I think there's a lot of talent. I don't just like picking out one name because I feel like if I do, then it's sort of I'm not giving other people who are proper rate as well flowers. I think there's a lot of good talent generally in bounce.
Let's put it in a different context then. So who do you think has got the minerals for the next SOPS resident, do you reckon? In that sense, come on, you've got that's a good one. Next, who would you like to be next to in SOPS? Like, who do you reckon is going to be like the next like maybe up and comer, or maybe someone that's established already, or like who would you like to be next to, or who's kind of like who would you like to MC next to more on stage than anyone else? In a sense, say if you could get like a SOPS event or something like that, or or who's your favourite now at the moment that you like MCing with, like back to back or whatever? Because used to be with Hodge, you and Hodge used to kind of bounce off each other and stuff. And so who's your man?
Who do I bounce off? Well, who do I bounce with now? Yeah, it's a bit weird. Like I don't know.
Because there always used to be that kind of thing, didn't there, years ago?
Do you know what? So up until like I quite liked doing it with and he doesn't do SOPs anymore now. But Enterprise,
yeah.
Yeah, from I think Burnley way or Colne or that, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like we quite like bounced off each other, quite well. But yeah, for one reason or another, you don't do that now. Yeah, honestly, man, it's hard. Like that. Even if I'm thinking back, the thing is, the last time I actually did. So
back to back.
Well, not even that.
Dixie and stuff.
Yeah, well, mate, I like. There's so many, mate. I couldn't just pull one out. I couldn't just pull one out, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like doing bits with other people for various reasons, mate. Like I like spitting.
You've heard it here. Bugsy's a little bitch and won't let anybody know. He doesn't like shooting anybody down, and he doesn't like saying any names.
No,
Good
no,
note, mate. Honestly, I understand.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Like, I rate a lot of people. I rate a lot of people. I think
Yeah,
there's a lot of talent, and it's like, it's not, Yeah. I mean, I think if I'm gonna, in terms of the people. Yeah, I think the people who give me a kick up the arse, and who I personally think was probably, at the time when I started getting back into it, for me, at the time it was easy.
Yeah.
I just thought I heard him when I was just, when I got blagged to do this Kids on Dids again. And I'd done a mix with Easy fucking years ago, but I didn't even know. I couldn't remember, and I couldn't remember who he was back then. I don't remember really doing the mix.
I couldn't really. He's a good lad, Josh.
Mate, you sound as fuck. Anyway, so I sort of he jumped on the first Kids on Dids,
right?
Because I think him and Dixie were, they were pretty tight back
Doing
then or
bits,
whatever.
yeah.
And that's when I sort of started listening to some of his stuff, because I was like, doing a bit. I'm like, all right, let's have a listen then.
Yeah.
Because as you do, I wanted to make sure that they were sick, and I was just like, yeah, absolutely sick.
Yeah.
Like, that is sick. And then that then.
It changed the scene, didn't it? Really.
Well, no. I mean, for me personally, what it did, it gave me a
Made you
kick up the
creative. Yeah,
arse
that's what I
to
mean.
write loads of
Yeah,
bars
it
and
changed
write.
the scene.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Yeah,
he changed the scene. Him.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I mean,
the thing is, I don't know. I can't. To be honest, I can't really. I don't know whether he did or he didn't, because I'm not really very involved in the scene. Even now, I'm not. I'm not in with the clique. I don't really follow. You know what I mean?
So one more thing that I need to ask you.
Go on.
I know for me.
Mm.
For me, I've got it in my mind. What's the craziest time you've ever ended up? Where's the craziest place you've ever ended up after an event, and the craziest kind of situation you've ended up in an event after an event? Because I've got two of them, and I think they're both with me. I'm not sure.
What am I there?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what?
One of them is probably one of them is Amenity, I think. When I took you down to Amenity, and it was Halloween. It was a Halloween event, and you ended up in the graveyard.
Oh shit! Oh my god! And it was snowing.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was
Halloween.
snowing as well. Was that Halloween?
It was Halloween, yeah, it was a Halloween one, and he was in the graveyard. I'm sure it was.
Oh god, I can't remember.
Did you come down with me and it was me and Andy?
Yeah. Oh my god, and you bailed, and I'm sure you left us the night you left us as well, was
I
it?
couldn't find you because.
Oh my god!
I think you took you participated in something that you didn't realise was something, and you thought it was something else, and then you
sparkled in the graveyard, in the snow.
Yeah, in the snow, and I think you ended up, and I rang you up the next day, tried to get hold of you the next day, and you said I was in the graveyard for 5 hours on your own in the snow. I was like, what? Because we was looking for you everywhere,
mate,
and you ended up in the graveyard, absolutely ketramental.
Yeah. Oh mate, yeah. Well, I mean, I vaguely remember that. I do, yeah, I mean, I remember. Oh, yeah, I remember trying to get back, and then I'm sure, was Scottish D there?
Yeah, I think it was Scottish D.
Yeah, Scottish D was there. I remember he was messy as. And then we had to try and get a taxi back, but we didn't have enough money on us, and he wouldn't take us without cash. And we ended up trying to, we were asking all the taxi drivers lined up outside queue, didn't they? They used to line up there.
Yeah,
and then Steve was dead aggressive. Scottish Steve, he's Scottish as well, and he's like, "Hey, Yari, and we deck," and asking him to asking us to take us home, and he was like, "You fucking deck," and I'm just like, "Listen, mate, you need to be a bit more, you know what I mean? They're not gonna let us get in his cab with no cash and take us to Blackpool." Anyway, we asked 5 or 6 cab drivers, and one of them eventually agreed to take us, and do you know what? I'm not proud of it, but he didn't even end up getting paid. We ended up bailing anyway. He probably knew exactly what was going to happen.
If you're listening now, mate.
Mate, no, that's not cool at all. It wasn't cool, but
that's not cool.
It wasn't.
But times of need.
Oh mate.
And there was another time as well. I ended up back in your uni apartment.
Oh mate, I remember that one. Yeah,
I'll not go there, but that was a mad night as well. But yeah, I was on about that the other week with somebody. Yeah. That was crazy,
mate. Well, that was crazy. The thing is,
why am I always involved?
Yeah, do you know what? The thing is, those types of stories,
you can't get them.
Well, it's not even. I just feel like that was pretty normal for that period of my life.
But you look back now, and you think, wow.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like trying to tell it I don't.
What about if your 14-year-old lad was, you know what I mean, in a couple of years, and he was doing that kind of stuff? What would you think?
Oh well, I wouldn't be impressed, mate, at all. So, but I mean, yeah. Do you know what? It just. Yeah, that was what my life was at that stage. It was just very messy. It was partying. It was partying. It was viewers. It was just getting in driving to events, getting in minibuses back to somewhere 100 miles away from where my car's parked the next morning after I'm 100 miles away.
I used to do. I used to drive off that. Yeah, it's
all that.
Go to Maxine's and then end up on a minibus somewhere random, in Wales and that, and I'm looking around, coming around where am I?
Oh God.
With Welsh and that, and I'm like, what am I doing? And you see a car you see a police car go past with Hyundai or something wrote on the side of it, and you're like, where? I'm in France. Do you know what I mean? It's like, where am I? Like, and it used to be crazy.
That
like,
was just the norm, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
wasn't
I mean, I can't pull out like one. Well, decide what we have, but I can't.
Any
That was
regrets?
quite normal.
Any regrets?
No regrets at all, mate. No, not really. I mean, to be honest,
there, my friend.
yeah.
That's
To be
it.
honest,
Yeah.
yeah. To be honest, it's been like I look back on that period of my life,
Yeah.
and it was some of the best nights of my life. So, you know, I'm
Brilliant.
doing doing what I loved at the time, which I still have a passion for now.
Yeah.
Doing the gigs, living life with pals. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Having fun. Yeah, had
Still
a
having
good time, mate.
that's
You know,
it.
and
It's still
that's
in your,
it. I was
it's
young.
Still in your life as well
I was
now.
young,
It's like,
yeah.
that's the main thing.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, we're older now, we're wiser, mature.
I wouldn't say that. I don't go as
well,
far as that. I'm joking. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, I've got to admit, like.
You take it in a different stride
Yeah,
now.
of course, mate. I enjoy like.
can
I
enjoy it.
wouldn't enjoy living that now at
No.
this age that I am.
Yeah.
You know, at that period of my life, at that age, yeah,
You've
know,
got
that
to,
was
you've
it.
got to go through it, haven't
You know, and then every stage of my life, I'm in a different stage now
Yeah.
where I'm a bit more chill. I've got a lot, focused on a lot more, focusing on other
It's called
things.
maturity.
Maturity,
son.
lad.
Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
So yeah, but yeah, mate, I still look back at that and still think, oh yeah, like a minute first birthday for me is up there as one of the best nights that I've ever had out. Do you know what I mean? And it always will be.
Yeah.
So
That was a game changer.
You know, I'll never forget that.
Right.
So yeah, man.
Well, there you go, Eddie Race. Shouts.
Yeah,
shouts
shout
to the,
Ray, shout the
shouts
Amenity
to,
Boys, Mark T.
Rotten Stall crew.
Yeah,
all
Sammy
the
Love,
Bake Ups.
KJ.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man.
Sicey.
That said. Yeah,
man.
mate. Yeah, well, yeah. Thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's been a massive pleasure. We did a little bit of a mix before.
But if it's shit, we're not going to let you have any clips. So.
Yeah, no, we're going to let you have some clips. It was pretty cool. We did a few different stuff. We did some old school and we did some new school, bounce. So yeah, so it was pretty fun. We'll have to catch up again soon and do what's good for us.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Defo.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming in.
You're welcome, lad.
I just want to take this time to basically just ask you guys to just like, share and follow, and you know what I mean, just help us grow, really. This is the first of many. This is going to be, you know, we're going to take it up there, really, with this. So yeah, we've got some cool guests coming in, by the way.
But not cooler than me.
Like, that have not done the podcast thing before, and it's like, for the scene, these are big names in the scene. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome, lad.
Yeah,
Appreciate
cheers,
it.
Bugsy MC, and yeah, thank you very much.
Cool. Peace.